Welcome back to Crunchtime Chaos. I'm your host, Earl Spence. I'm my co-host, Sham Malik. Say what's up.
Was good.
We back for episode 3, technically 4. Got a lot to talk about. We're supposed to be here Tuesday, but some stuff changed, but we're here now. And we're gonna go over the WWE Summerslam in a quick recap. Shay, you went. How was your experience?
Yeah, it was great. Night two was great. The overall event there was a couple matches that were really good. There were a couple matches that were really bad. The main event was obviously the one to talk about the most. And that's the one I think we're going to talk about, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm. Now,
And that, no, what were we going to
no,
say?
go ahead.
I was going to say, that match, it's one of those things where I think a lot of people thought it was a 5-star match, and then a lot of other people thought they were doing too much. I think they had 12 total finishers, which I agree that is kind of crossing the line. I understand that it adds excitement, adds anticipation, but 12 finishers in one match, you're kind of overdoing it at the same time. That was definitely match of the night, probably match of the entire card. But CM Punk versus Gunther is definitely up there, and that was a great, just technical match. You didn't have excessive amount of finishers. But Cena versus Rhodes, I enjoyed it. The one thing I didn't enjoy was that Cody was able to beat him. I was expecting something to happen, right? Especially after the SmackDown before with John Cena turning babyface again. I was expecting some big thing to happen, maybe like a swerve, but no, Cody Rhodes just beat John Cena clean. There were no shenanigans. There was no interference by The Rock or Travis Scott. It was a clean 1-2-3 victory, which I'm not mad at. I'm not opposed to. I think these constant interferences are something that should be done less and less. But I just think it was kind of anticlimactic with the way that everything ended.
Oh yeah, and the legend Brock Lesnar returned too.
Yeah, that's the one we're gonna have to. That's one that we're really gonna have to spend some time on, I think.
That shit was crazy. Excuse my French, but I really don't care. But that was insane.
Yeah, I called it, but I called it as a joke. I watch Brock Lesnar return. I didn't think Brock Lesnar was actually gonna return. So I'm sitting there, I'm in the stadium, I see people leaving, right? We're just staying there for a little bit, taking pictures and stuff, or we were about to. And then out of nowhere, you hear the guitar riff, which I now think is one of the most iconic sounds in wrestling history. Because you hear the guitar riff, the entire stadium explodes.
I heard it.
Everyone's screaming. Yeah, you were you were right there. You were there. You
Yep,
were
I could
pretty
watch
much
it too.
there.
There's a big old TV.
Exactly. The entire stadium explodes, bro. It was one of it was one of the craziest moments of our lives because it was just so unexpected, so out of nowhere. Nobody expected Brock Lesnar to return. It wasn't in the plans. It wasn't one of those worst kept secret things like it was with Cody Rhodes in 2022. No, he came back. Nobody knew he was going to come back. Nobody thought he was going to come back. Even the talent didn't think he was going to come back. And it was insane. There's no other words to put it. It was insane.
If you weren't there, bro, I was working, which is kind of sad, but I gotta make this bread. The atmosphere was crazy, especially you weren't there night one either. Seth
Yeah, how
Rollins
was night
came out.
one?
It was, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think night two might have been more electric, but night one when Seth Rollins came out was crazy.
Night one, that cash in with Seth Rollins over CM Punk. So quickly, just gonna recap it for those who didn't see it. Rollins came out after Punk dethroned Gunther. He came out with his crutches with Paul Heyman by his side holding the briefcase. Then he walks back. He turns around. It's like he's leaving. It was just a warning. He stops. He drops the crutches. The entire arena, bro. I keep saying arena. The entire stadium, bro. Everybody was off their feet. That's when everyone knew that Seth Rollins was going to cash in right now, right there. And that's exactly what he did. He hit CM Punk with the briefcase multiple times, hit him with a curb stomp, 1, 2, 3. Night one ended in the craziest way possible. Seth Rollins holding the World Heavyweight Championship. I didn't think it was gonna happen. There were some reports saying that it was a work or a shoot. I didn't really believe or read any of them. So I was just in awe when Seth Rollins came out. And when he dropped those crutches, I'm a huge Seth Rollins fan. When he dropped those crutches, I fucking went off. Because I really didn't think that was going to happen. Just like I really didn't think the Brock return was going to happen. I think night one and night two ended in like the most shocking possible way that you could end it.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. I mean, the crowd was still like going crazy, and then when Seth Rollins came out, shit was electric. Brock Lesnar, shit was electric, and both nights were a W.
Yeah, and obviously it was expected. There's controversy around Brock Lesnar's return, as there should be. Um, there's a huge difference between what we think we know and what we actually know. The truth is, what we actually know is that WWE did an internal investigation on Brock Lesnar, and they cleared him of any wrongdoing. That is what happened factually. I know there's a lot of, well, he was named in the report, and of course he was. And we don't know if WWE fabricated that report or not. We don't know if they half-assed the investigation. But what we do know is that there was an investigation that happened. They cleared him. That's it. You can make assumptions, but you shouldn't let assumptions take over, I guess, facts.
What did you do again?
I believe he's a defendant in the Janelle Grant lawsuit.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
he said
I
he's
am wrong.
yeah, he's not a
Brock
defender.
Brock Lesnar is not a defendant in the lawsuit, which proves my point even more. Which, yes, you could say, okay, Brock Lesnar did this. Brock Lesnar did that. Very fucked up. Here's the situation. The situation is Brock Lesnar is not a defendant in the lawsuit. Brock Lesnar was cleared internally by the WWE. Am I saying he didn't do it? No. Am I saying he didn't do it? He did do it? No. I don't know. Nobody knows. And I guess no one will ever know, which is kind of messed up, if he did anything or not, because he's not a defendant. And he's not under any criminal investigation, or there is no possible way for Brock Lesnar to get prosecuted or even put on trial. What we do know, again, what we do know is WWE did their own internal investigation and they cleared him. That's that. But what's not right, and I wanted to get into this next subject now, right? You
Hmm.
cannot completely dismiss the situation because the situation cannot be dismissed unless Brock Lesnar is completely out of the situation, which he's not, and Janelle Grant's team has already gotten involved. You cannot go on Ariel Hawani's podcast and say that you don't care about the allegations, you don't care about what Brock Lesnar does, and that he's one of the biggest draws in the business, which is why that can be excused. Paul Heyman, you can't do that. You can't go on a show and say, I don't give a shit what he did to this woman. He's Brock Lesnar. That's not how it works. That is
I
not
agree.
how it works. That is actually, I want to pull up Paul Heyman's exact quote on the Ariel Hawani podcast because, that's insane,
Yeah, pull it up. So
right?
yeah, yeah, pull it up. Bro. I don't care if you're famous or not. Just pull it up.
Yeah,
Read it.
yeah, I'm doing so. I'm trying to, if I can find it anywhere. Yeah, one of the things he said, I found one thing. You can't cancel Brock Lesnar. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard, bro.
Bro, you can't say anybody
That is
nowadays. It don't matter who you
Yeah,
are.
no, but it's not even that. Like, he's using that as like an excuse. He's trying to dismiss the situation. You can't dismiss the situation. You have to acknowledge the situation, but at the same time, you have to acknowledge the fact that the WWE is taking Brock Lesnar out of the situation because from what they looked at, he didn't do anything. Again, we don't know what he did. But to dismiss it, to say nothing happened, and to say that, oh, even if it did happen, you can't cancel Brock Lesnar, that's some bullshit. That's one of the most fucked up things I've ever heard. And Paul Heyman's been going on this huge negative PR run for himself, and he just continued it. He just continued it. He said, "Get over it." For anyone who disagrees with,
I heard that. He said get over it.
can,
That shit was hilarious.
can you believe that, bro? Anyone who disagrees with the decision, he said, "Just get over it." He literally compared it to Jesus, Moses, and Muhammad.
Yeah,
He said he
but
compared Brock Lesnar to Jesus, Moses, and Muhammad, bro. I've never thought that I would ever see that in my entire life.
bro, he said get over it and just compare it. Nah, bro, that's different.
Because apparently everybody faces criticism. Dude, it's not criticism when you have allegations against you for sexual misconduct or whatever they labeled it as, whatever it's being labeled as. I don't know what the title is, but those aren't. That's not criticism. There's a
Yeah, I mean,
difference between critiquing someone and calling somebody out. But again, at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit. I am excited to see what Brock Lesnar does in the WWE. I'm not gonna like deny that. I want to see what happens between Brock Lesnar and John Cena. So it's one of those situations where the internet is divided. I don't know. I mean, at this point, Brock Lesnar has been cleared by the promotion by the company he works for, and they let him come back, and that's what it is. Okay, he's allowed to come back. Like that's it. He's allowed to come back, and that should be it.
facts.
But yeah, that's pretty much the entire Brock Lesnar Paul Heyman situation.
One last thing about Paul Heyman, yo, your comments, your comments are crazy. I'll leave it at that. Those are insane comments, stupid but crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And I
But
also I
yeah,
understand, sorry, I understand that
no,
Paul
go ahead.
Heyman and Brock Lesnar are really good friends, and they've been together like their entire careers. I get that, but you should be holding him accountable more than anybody else because you know him personally.
Oh yeah, for sure. You definitely got to hold him. I know they're like best friends. I mean, Paul Heyman's a Hall of Famer, and shit, you got to hold him accountable
Brock's
for that.
yeah, Brock's the future Hall of Famer, of course.
Yeah, both gonna be Hall of Famers at the end of it.
Yep.
But NFL preseason started yesterday. We had three games: the Colts and Ravens, Bengals and Eagles, Raiders and Seahawks. Yesterday, Anthony Richardson dislocated his pinky finger. I think he'll be back over the weekend as there's a QB battle between Anthony Richardson and your former QB, Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the finger. I didn't watch the game. I wasn't able to watch the game, but I saw what happened. I don't. So I'm guessing that Richardson is going to be set to return soon. Me
Yeah.
personally, when he does come back, when it's time for the regular season, go with him. Trust me, go with him. He's your guy. He's your starter. No, not Daniel Jones. Like, that's coming from a Giants fan. Trust me. Trust me. Anthony Richardson is your guy, Indianapolis.
I mean, his stats so far in his career have been very lackluster, to say the least. I mean, Daniel Jones wouldn't be. I mean, well, I can't believe I'm saying this about Daniel Jones. It's bad, but it's not bad. I mean, he don't Richardson. This is his last chance because if not, then Daniel Jones would slide right in. I
Listen,
mean,
I understand that, right? I get it. First game of the preseason. New team. Bad game. Bad game by Daniel Jones. Not surprising. Not surprising to me. I'm not saying that Anthony Richardson is necessarily like he's young, right? He's young and he's a guy you can develop. You can't develop Daniel Jones anymore. This is as good as he's getting. Respectfully, this is as good as he's gonna get. And how good he is right now is not good. Anthony Richardson, you could mold him into a decent kind of good quarterback. He is still young. Right? He's not a guy that you could 100% give up on. Daniel Jones, again, not improving. He's not going to get better. I guarantee it, he's not going to get better.
hey, I mean, we'll see for that part, but so far in his career, 2000 he has 2,391 passing yards, 11 TDs, 13 interceptions, and a 50% completion percentage. 50.
That, yeah, that's on paper. That's bad. On paper, that's bad.
This is about to be his third year. I mean, the first year he had like injuries and stuff like that. Didn't look that good either. And then he got
Yeah, I
benched,
mean,
and it's just been bad.
I kind of consider it his second season because of what happened his first year. But I mean, that's either way, it's like the same situation.
He's 8-7 in his career too. This is his last chance. Otherwise, your boy Danny Dimes just coming clutch.
Yeah, and I don't know. Between them, I would go with Richardson. That's me personally. Maybe I have bias against Daniel Jones, right? Because of how terribly he
Oh,
played
I
on my
know.
team.
You definitely do.
Yeah. But I also just at the same time, like, I think unbiasedly, I would prefer with them going with Anthony over Daniel Jones.
Oh yeah, I'll agree with you on that one. Oh, we're gonna go shipping to Cleveland as Sheduer Sanders will finally get an opportunity as he expected to start tonight in the preseason opener for the Browns, and I will definitely watch it as the Browns they play the Panthers on the road. It's gonna be a good one. I mean, he was listed as QB4 in the depth chart. We have Kenny Pickett injured and Dylan Gabriel injured as well, and they just signed another QB, Tyler Snoop Huntley, to the team, and Shador finally gets reps.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I can't wait. I'm 100% tuning in. I want to see because I believe they have four options in Cleveland, right?
Yeah,
Four,
and
yeah, four options.
yeah,
Yeah, because you have Shadur, you have Gabriel, you have Joe. Not sure what's going on with Deshaun Watson.
he tore something
Oh,
again. He's
you
out for a
but you
year.
have Kenny Pickett as well. So you have four. You wouldn't have five if it wasn't for Deshaun Watson. I'm very excited to see if Shadur can be a starting caliber quarterback. They have other options if he isn't, but that's going to be a game a lot of people tune into. And I'm not going to, of course, it's a preseason game. I'm not going to say it's like a proven game for him, but it is his first time out there.
Oh no, he has to prove something because he been getting lowballed, and if you put on a show in preseason, like you say, those just preseason, it don't matter. For him, you gotta be able to put on a show because this one's very important because you're getting messed around
Yeah,
out there. I really hate to see. I hate what's going on with Shador. It's very messed up. But this is your chance.
yeah, and especially in Cleveland where you have multiple options. None of these guys are cemented over the other as okay, you're going to be our starter going heading into the season. You
Exactly.
do have to, yeah, you do have to in that way prove that you were the best option heading into the regular season, which I think Shadur. Honestly I don't know actually. I'm excited to see how the game ends up playing out. I want to see if Shadur can have solid completions. I don't know. I'm guessing they'd play at least one of the other three, right? Halfway through the game. Just because I think in the preseason, they're going to be testing everyone out, right? They're going to give everyone a shot, and I guess whoever performs the best is probably going to start the season with the nod.
The thing is, I highly doubt Joe Flacco will play. I mean, he's pushing 40, so he'll probably
You're
yeah. I don't think he's playing at all.
you're not wrong, but he does bring a level of experience that the other three young players don't have.
True.
And he didn't have a terrible season.
Who Flacco?
Yeah,
Yeah, he wasn't bad in Indy.
he was. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to them starting him for at least the first couple of weeks
I think
while
he
they let
will.
their
I
young
think he
guys
will start.
develop. So yeah, I could see Flacco out there for a little bit during the preseason.
But for Shador, I mean, a lot of people gonna tune in, probably more than Astro Browns regular season game. To be honest with you, it's about to be mad hype,
Yeah,
and he hasn't had any practices with the first team at all until like yesterday. He's usually been practice with the second or third teams, which is honestly it's not fair, but they're just and the owner says something stupid too about Shador, and they're setting him up to fail, kind of. But I think he'll prove. I think he'll prove why he belongs because the Browns haven't had a stable QB since like the '80s and back.
Yeah. And I mean, I just want to ask you, right? Who do you think out of the four possible options, maybe three, if you don't want to consider Flacco, do you see starting the season for Cleveland? Like just before you even see them on the field tonight, just your first prediction.
Joe Flacco's. Joe Flacco's gonna start for like a few weeks and then maybe they'll put in Kenny Pickett and maybe Sheduer or get Dylan Gabriel. We'll see how if Gabriel recovers in time. I think he will. But if Sheduer puts on a show, then I think he will like have more chance because they ain't starting the season with like 4 or 5 QBs on the roster. That's getting cut to like 3 QBs on the team.
Who do you
Because
think gets cut?
I would Tyler Huntley, to be honest, and then I don't know why Kenny Pickett still has a job. He's ass. Um, Honestly, maybe Dylan Gabriel because I've seen his trainees. I saw his training camp stats. They're okay. They're not like a high completion percentage, throwing a lot too many picks. I've seen Shador's, even though he's with the second and third team, he's like very efficient like he was in Colorado. But they're gonna give the starting job to Joe Flacco because he led them in the playoffs. He's been there, even though they got blown out by the Texans. They're starting Joe Flacco. I'm highly confident starting Joe Flacco.
Yeah. And I mean, I do want to say Kenny Pickett did have a solid training camp, so that's something that maybe you
Yeah, it
want
was
to take
solid.
into perspective.
It was solid. Not solid enough for Joe Flacco, but it was solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're gonna go to Dallas as Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones. Obviously, last week we talked about Micah Parsons requested a trade from the Cowboys after 9 games ways for a contract. There's been a lot of discourse and stuff like that. And obviously, hopefully, Micah Parsons goes to the Rams so we get Aaron Donald back on the team. That defense will be nasty. But Jerry Jones not going to budge at a contract at a Michael's trade request at all, saying they will not trade him. And Jerry Jones not confident that Micah Parsons will play Week 1 as the season starts in I think less than a month.
You said he hasn't commented on whether Micah's going to play week one.
Yes, he's not confident, and
Are
they're
they
not going
running?
to.
Sorry, I was just going to say, are they running their first string tomorrow
Yeah, they
against
played.
LA?
Yeah, they played the Rams tomorrow.
Is Micah playing?
No,
No. Okay.
he
That's
ain't happy. He ain't playing.
yeah, it's very concerning, bro. Very concerning.
See, this is what happens when your owner's an idiot. And I told you last week they're not going to trade. They're not going to trade.
Yeah, and I mean the season starts in I believe 26 days, 27 days. So Jerry's gonna have to figure something out. I mean, he's not the guy with the most cards here. That's Micah.
Exactly.
They need
Well,
Micah.
yeah, they need Mike Odyssey. Well, Jerry Jones, I mean, he holds all the cards. I mean, he wants all the attention and stuff like that. But if you don't have him, then you kiss like your future goodbye. I mean, this is like,
Yeah,
yeah, your defense is already suspect with him. Without him, it might be shambles. Your offense is good. I'll give you credit for that. You got George Pickens from the Steelers. That's a very good addition, but you need to work on your defense, especially your run defense as well. And being cheap don't get you nowhere in life.
yeah, and I mean Pickens isn't gonna help your defense, so it's one of those situations where you have to be like the guy. You have to step up. You have to be like, okay, he does deserve the amount of money he's asking for. You have to man up. You have to pay. I understand that it would be like going back on his word, and Jerry's like, no, it's a standoff. I'm not backing down. Back down. Pay him. He is your best player. He's one of the best defensive players in the league, maybe the best. Micah Parsons deserves his money. That's that's what it is at the end of the day. We say it like every single show at this point. Micah Parsons deserves his money.
Exactly. Now, Jerry Jones had to come here on Tuesday talking about you again. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're going to go to the land of LA, my Rams, future Super Bowl champions. Matthew Stafford still injured with a back injury with lower disc, and he hasn't practiced at all throughout training camp. But head coach Sean McVay made a statement saying if this was a regular season game, he will play, but he's ready to get some reps starting next week.
So that would mean that they're expecting him to be ready by week 1.
Yeah, he should be ready by week 1.
Okay, that's good for you guys. That's really good for you guys.
Yeah, because I don't want to start no damn Jimmy Garoppolo,
I
and we need
mean,
him too. Shoot, not Jimmy Garoppolo. We need Matt Stafford.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's definitely gonna I mean, he's the guy. He's the guy over in LA. Garoppolo's now gonna cut it. And your offense, right, with Stafford, that's scary.
It's
That's
nasty.
scary. That is scary, bro.
Devontae Adams, Puka. We just recently extended Kyrie Williams, our running back. Woo! We need him healthy because we almost beat the Super Bowl champions in the Eagles last year. That was very heartbreaking. It was very heartbreaking.
Yeah, but
But
from what I've read, I think he'll be ready for Houston.
he'll be ready for week 1. We need him healthy, so we got a very good chance. Like I said, we almost made the championship game, and maybe we could have beat my homeboy. But we're obviously a top 3 team in the NFC, and we're a big threat to the Eagles. So we just need Matthew Stafford healthy, and we can see what happens when it goes from there.
What do you think the ceiling is for your Rams?
Super Bowl. That's not even biased. Not even biased. We have a
Yeah, no,
very
I
great
think
young defensive line. Offense, like you said, stacked. We got Devontae Adams. I think he'll be much better than he was with the Jets last season. Because you got no drama. You got a very, very good quarterback. And Puka Nacua is only going to blossom even better.
I mean, I was gonna say I definitely agree. I think this Rams team fully healthy is capable of making the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. We'll go next. We'll give out our little. The next week is week 3 preseason, I believe. We'll give out our NFL predictions for the season, like in the next couple of weeks, because the season's about to start soon.
Yep, of
But
course.
we're gonna go to the UFC as the Charles fight is finally confirmed. What are your thoughts?
I think it's one of the stupidest things Charles Oliveira possibly could have done his team.
Damn,
I mean, you were coming off a knockout just 2 months ago, not even 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, and now you are facing Fiziev at a future fight that I want to check the exact date, right? Because I don't want to get this wrong. October 11th.
in Brazil.
Way too soon. I get it. I get it. You want to go to Brazil and you want to main event Brazil. I understand that. But that is October 11th to, let me do some math here. That's, I believe, 4 months ahead of the hardest KO knockout of your entire career. The hardest. You were knocked out flat, cold by Ilya Taporia in your last fight. 4 months ago, and you're planning to come back against a guy like Fiziev, who is aggressive, who is a striker, a powerful striker, who in his first fight against Gaethje was actually putting up a decent performance. Even in the rematch, he didn't have a bad outing. The thing with Fiziev is he's in much better physical condition right now than Gaethje. Sorry, not the Gaethje, than Charles. Because of course he's coming off that Bahamondes win, but he didn't take that much damage in the Bahamondes fight. Charles is coming off a 4 month KO loss to Ilya Taporia, possibly the hardest pound for pound fighter in the UFC today. It's a terrible decision. To come in chinny against a guy like Fiziev, who I understand that he's, I believe, the 10th or 11th best lightweight in the world. So he's not necessarily a top 5 guy. Like, you're not stepping in there with a Dan Hooker or Justin Gaethje or Max Holloway 4 months out of your last KO loss. I understand that. At the same time, he is dangerous. He is very dangerous, and to step in 4 months off against a guy like that is a very stupid decision.
It's a stupid decision in your opinion.
I think it's to be a stupid decision in everybody's opinion, right? Because this is a guy who I understand Fiziev is not necessarily a striker in itself. He's an all-around guy, but of course against Charles Oliveira, he's going to try to keep the fight on the feet because he knows that he can't outmatch Charles's grappling game. He might not be able to match, he definitely won't be able to match Charles's striking game either. A regular Charles. Not a Charles that's coming off, the knockout of the year, baby. Not a Charles that is chinny, that unfortunately is washed, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at a Charles that's completely different from the Charles we saw in 2022, in 2021, even the one we saw destroy Michael Chandler last year.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the decision. I think that Charles definitely should have waited until early 2026 to fight. This is a very short notice and stupid idea, in my opinion. October is way too soon. I thought maybe it would have been November or December. October 11th. Again, I get it. You were the biggest Brazilian star in the UFC by far. I apologize to Pantoja, to Amanda Nunes even, who's in that conversation. No. Aside from Anderson Silva, Charles Oliveira might be the second biggest Brazilian star in MMA history. I get that you want to fight in front of your people. I get that you want to fight in front of your fans. Not like this. Honestly, not like this. Because I'm legitimately concerned that Charles Oliveira is going to lose to Fiziev and then fall out of the top 6, top 7 at 155. So it seems like a lose-lose situation. Because even if he does beat Fiziev, he's beating the 10th ranked guy in the UFC. That's not going to put you over Max Holloway in the rankings. It's not going to put you over Arman. Obviously, Islam's going to get taken out when he goes to welterweight. But even a win over Fiziev doesn't do that much for Oliveira.
So who do you think will win?
That, as we get closer to the date of the fight, I'll drop a prediction. Right now, I'm upset. Right, I'm upset at Charles's team. I'm mad at Charles's team, and I just don't think it's a good idea.
Because he's returning so soon after he got his kick.
Yeah, after he got knocked out cold and is very chinny. First round KO by Ilya, who, again, cold. Lights were out. Terrible decision. Horrible decision. But we should move on to the De'Aaron Fox contract extension. 4 years, $229 million. What do you think of that?
I mean, it was expected. I don't know why I thought Darren Fox got traded for some reason, because I saw breaking news. But it's a good signing. I mean, you obviously traded for him, and I had to do the math. 229 divided by 4.
That's
Like 7 million.
$57.25 million.
That's a lot.
That, personally, is too much. Too much. Respectfully. All-star caliber guy. You don't give an all-star caliber guy $57.25 million. Especially an all-star caliber guy who is coming off an injury, who has also not made an all-star game since, I believe, 2023?
Yeah, 2 years.
But I could be wrong.
No, you're right. Been 2 years.
Which, I mean, 2 years is not a lot, necessarily, but $57 million is a lot.
It is a lot. And especially you have 2 guards on the team, Stephon Kessel and Dylan Harper, so you're going to have to come down to a decision sooner or later if you're San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. This is where I think, fine, talent-wise, the De'Aaron Fox trade was a solid pickup, was a good pickup. But now you're in a situation where, yeah, but the problem is now you're in a situation where you have young guards that you're looking to develop, and now you have this all-star guard, you have an all-star center and I could see them trying to make a push for the playoffs, but I'm not sure if that's the best decision for San Antonio.
They'll probably make the play-in. I think they'll make the play-in.
Yeah,
Now, I don't know
yeah.
if they'll make it out
Playing, I
because
think they're making the
you
play.
have way too many guards in the team. You got the vent. Yeah, they have. I don't see any world they don't make the play-in, unless injuries derail them.
Yeah, which I'm not sure about the
But
extent of Fox's injury, right? I'm not sure if he's
oh
going to
no,
be
he's
back
good.
by the start of the season. He's good. That's a good thing. The
Yeah, he's
fact
good
that
to go.
he's fine. I I don't know who
Same
they
with Wemby.
bench. It would have to be Dylan Harper, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
they
I
have
know
Devin Hassel too. Vassell,
yeah, because I
Hassel.
know he was the second pick in the draft, but you're not benching Castle. You're not benching Fox. At least I would hope so.
No, Castle's a very good defender. They're starting. They
Yeah,
got
no,
to
I'm
start him.
saying,
He's with Wemby for the long
yeah,
run.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you would have to bench your number 2 overall pick, which is kind of crazy, but you can't start him over one of your other guards.
Yeah, and he was the consensus number 1 pick too. Number 2 pick, excuse me.
Yeah, I know there was
But
some talks of maybe VJ or even Ace Bailey was in the running at one point. But Dylan Harper, for I believe this at least the second half of that season, I think people started to realize that he was going to be the guy going number 2.
Dylan Harper, yeah. But obviously, I would have took. I mean, you kind of had to. I mean, you either want Ace Bailey, but nice. But Dylan Harper was a consensus number 2 pick. Obviously, Giannis. He deep down in your heart, Giannis, you want to leave. And San Antonio's the perfect place. You got old Harrison Barnes running 3. I did like the 14th pick. I forgot his name. It was Carter something. Carter Bryant. That was a very good pickup. You need
Yeah,
another wing,
Carter Brown.
but
Now
there's a
the
decision have
thing
to be made.
is, because I'm not sure if Dylan Harper is capable of playing the 3. Who I do
No.
know is capable of playing the 3, and I understand that you had the second overall pick and that you might have just wanted to take best available. But who I do know is capable of playing the 3, Ace Bailey, Con Kneppel.
Mm-hmm.
Both guys that you maybe could have taken at the 2, maybe could have traded down a little bit to draft a guy who fits your team better. But now because you have Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox, your number 2 overall pick in the draft is coming off the bench.
He's not really the best shooter in the world either.
Yeah, and
He's a
again,
quick.
it's not a bad pick.
No, it's not a bad pick at all. You just need choices to
What
make
were you saying?
because no, it's not a bad pick at all. But you just have like choices to make later down the line because you
Yeah.
can't keep Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, and Devin Vassell too.
Yeah, that's another point. Even if Dylan Harper might be capable of playing the 3, you shouldn't start him over Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell
And
is
they
a
paid
guy
Devin
who
Vassell.
a lot.
I forgot how much they paid him. This was like I think a year or two ago. It was a little too much. I mean, it still
He's
is too much.
Yeah, his contract yearly ranges from 25 to 30 mil a year. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's too hefty. I'm at
Yeah,
that
just I
stage where
mean,
everyone's
moving back to
contract
the
is too hefty.
yeah, and I mean, eventually that's just how it's gonna be. You're gonna have role players making over 25 million a year. But just moving back to the De'Aaron Fox situation, I get it. I get that you want to keep him on for a while. 57 over 4 years is simply way too much for a guy of De'Aaron Fox's caliber. All-star level guy, not a superstar. You respectfully won't ever be a superstar at this point in his career. I think, I think that was a major overpay because it's kind of like the Zach. They're paying him way more than Sacramento's paying Zach LaVine right now, but it's almost to the level in terms of bad contracts of the Zach LaVine contract, who's making like 40 million a year or over 40 million a year to not even be an all-star level player at this point, or maybe just on the level of all-star.
Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Well, the Bulls are dumb, but like a little bit too much. I mean, I think he's a top 10 guard still, right?
Who? Zach LaVine
No,
or
De'Aaron
De'Aaron
Fox.
Fox?
De'Aaron Fox.
He might be a top 10 guard. That's something that I'd have to think about. I would put guys like. Actually, I'm not
We got
sure.
Luke.
I don't know.
We
I don't
got
know if he'd
Luca.
You got Dame, you got Kyrie, you got Curry, of course.
Shea.
You have Ant, Booker,
No, just
Donovan
strictly point
Mitchell.
guard. Strictly point guard.
Oh, you're talking about point guard. Yeah, he's a top 10 point guard.
Oh, we got Cade.
I don't think I can name.
We got
You
Cade,
have Trae Young, Jalen
Brunson, Trey.
Harden,
Yeah, I'll
Tyrese,
give
of
it to Harden.
course.
Better than Fox?
Yes, Tyrese has proven he's better than Fox.
Oh, I love Tyrese Maxey. That's my boy. Shit. All right,
Oh no,
Tyrese
I'm talking about
Maxey.
Tyrese.
That's what you
I'm talking
say.
about Tyrese Halliburton.
I mean, Halliburton. Fuck Halliburton.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, can't stand that guy.
maybe Maxey, but I'm not sure. I don't even
Maybe
know if I'd
Maxey.
consider him a one.
That's close. Nah, I consider him.
See,
Well, right now, yeah, because
The fact that Maxey and Fox is a conversation, but you wouldn't even. I know Maxey's great, but you wouldn't even consider giving Maxey 57 billion a year.
not
Right?
yet.
At
Not
least I
yet.
don't think any team. Yeah, maybe eventually if he keeps on improving, because he's not even in his prime yet. But as of right now, you wouldn't give a guy like Maxey 57 billion a year, and I think I could say
I
that
would.
Maxey's better than Fox right now. You would right now you would give. Well, I guess it's different because Maxey's young and he's still going to keep on getting better. De'Aaron Fox is a guy who I don't see getting better. I think he's reached his peak.
Well, Maxey did
And
sign
his
a
peak is,
contract. De'Aaron Fox is like 20s.
yeah, but I don't think he's going to get better. Yeah, fine, you could be in your 20s, but I don't see him, I don't see him ever getting to, like, a bona fide all-star level. Because he was never that.
His teams were trash, though.
Yeah. But also, if you remember, because I didn't forget, his first few games in San Antonio before he got hurt weren't that good. He was shooting inefficient.
Yeah.
He was struggling to build chemistry with the team. So you give a guy 60 million a year after that performance, even though it was only a few games. That's the first you've seen of him on your team, and that's at this point the last you've seen of him on your team so far. That's not worth 57 a year. Not even close.
Oh, yeah. But Maxey did sign a contract. It was 5-year, 203. So right now he's making like 37 million a year. The highest will be 40 million in coming this season.
Yeah. And that's Maxey, a guy who's only 24. Right? A guy who could probably consider better than De'Aaron Fox, who is averaging only he'd be averaging like 20 million less than Fox per year, which is a lot.
And Maxey's the face of the franchise.
I could see that, yeah.
Because he is the future. Because Lord knows with Embiid, Paul George. I do like the Edgecombe pickup a lot. So that'll be a nice duo for the future.
Yeah. I don't know. That Philly team's very tough to figure out for next season. I'm not sure what their ceiling is, and I'm not sure what their floor is.
Well, the floor is where they were literally last off last year. I don't know what their ceiling is.
Yeah, I mean, fully healthy. this team on paper looks great, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
They're
it's a
not going
big
to be
if.
fully healthy.
Exactly. But we'll move on to the final topic of the day, the one that's very weird. Um, I don't know how to put this into words, but there's been heavily WNBA stuff with like certain toys being thrown on the WNBA floor. I believe this is the fourth time, right?
This is, I believe, again number 4 that this has happened.
And then you told
Which I
me,
mean, yeah,
no,
sorry.
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the 4th time. Obviously, the first time was a major story. Dude got arrested. I don't. I'm guessing they probably arrest the other 3 too, right? That have done it since. This is absolutely fucking bizarre. Might be the craziest thing that's ever happened in a professional sport. They're
This is
actually
insane.
throwing adult toys onto the court, like frequently, 4 times in 1 week, in under 1 week. This is, I have no words, bro. I don't know what to say. I mean, what the hell?
Nah, this is actually like reputable and crazy. I mean, the Minnesota Lynx head coach, Cheryl Reeve, I mean, she finds it not funny. I mean, obviously it's not funny. One of the players could like, slip and get hurt too.
Wait, what happened?
The head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, Cheryl Reeve, said it's not funny and she doesn't like it at all. And then he told me about the crypto meme before we started this show.
Yeah, apparently the next what's leading the WNBA betting odds is a white color, so they're expecting the next one to be white. I it's I don't know what to say. I mean, but people are betting on this. People are betting on this, and respectfully, the WNBA has never been more exciting, bro. The
Yo,
WNBA has never had more anticipated games right now, bro. This is like the most hype they've ever gotten, which is hilarious and it's just sad at the same time.
yeah, dog, this is insane. And, supposed to become a member of the Fever. She said everyone's trying to make sure the WNBA is not a joke and it's taken seriously, and then that happens. It's always something with the WNBA, bro.
It's like the second, bro. This might have been, because of course you had the WNBA club situation a couple weeks ago, which I'm not sure if we touched on that.
No,
But after that, everything
we
was
did
like,
with Kelsey Plum.
no, what was her name? I think Courtney
Oh,
Williams.
that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure if we
No, we didn't touch
did.
about that.
Yeah, here's the thing. That was like a couple weeks ago. Everything was getting like, everything was dying down with all the joking and the stuff. The league was going back to normal where people were just, you were either watching it or not watching it. And then that happened. This is fucking crazy, bro.
Nah, bro, this is. I don't think I've never seen anything happen like a sports event like this.
I think this, I mean, I've seen like, of course you had the YouTuber Jitty on who was like sleeping at a WNBA
No,
game.
that
It always happens at
yo, that was funny, bro.
Bro, it always happens at WNBA games, bro. I feel bad, bro. I feel bad, bro.
Bro, I watched that video the other day, bro. That was funny, bro.
That was hilarious.
And I remember he got a
I
haircut
want
at the game too, at the NBA game.
yeah. You can now bet on which days the toys will hit the WNBA court. I'm not joking.
No,
If you
bro.
go to if you go to if you go to Polymarket Sports right now, you can legitimately bet on that. Nobody has ever bet on WNBA this much until this week.
And the league has
I'm
grown
not
the
even,
past 2 years.
bro. I'm not even joking, bro. This is the most that someone's bet on a WNBA game. I can't believe this is real.
So there's 3 games tonight. Do you think it will happen?
Yeah, and 50% chance of yes.
It might be
I think
tomorrow.
so. Yeah. Tomorrow's 38. Sunday goes back up to 44%. I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe this is real.
This is eerie.
Like I'm actually giving you the percentages, bro. So you could like buy these like poly coins or something, and then you could enter the amount you want. The 50% chance for today's games just went up to 51. So that's something for the bettors in here to take into account. This
Nah.
is, bro. This is a, dude. I might actually buy this, bro. Like, if I
But
bet 50, one hits, I win 96, bro. My take home is 96. That's not even bad, bro.
that's not bad, but there's parlays on this shit.
You could apparently, I could be wrong, but you could apparently earn a max of $12,085.60 if you predict that
Damn.
an adult toy hits the court tomorrow.
Damn, it's a whole college semester right there.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Sheesh. Nah, but first of all, the security. The security. How you let this happen 4 times?
Yeah, I mean this is on the security.
Facts.
It's not on anybody else.
It's like you said. How does this happen?
Sorry, no, I was actually wrong. I believe the max you can earn is 23,131.57 cents.
Okay, now we're talking about an apartment
That
right there.
is yeah, that is crazy, bro. I can't. We're actually living in this society where that's a thing. That is a thing, bro.
No, I'm still in disbelief. Every time I see him, like, yo, there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I didn't see the first, the second, or the third one. I didn't see like where exactly it happened. Obviously, everyone saw the first one. I think it hit Sophie Cunningham in the face, which is
I thought he was in the leg or something.
crazy. Or I don't know if it was in the leg, but I know it hit her. And then the fourth one, it just out of nowhere yesterday. I don't even know which game it was. Purple. That one was purple. I think they've all been different colors.
Bro, this is just.
I don't know. Apparently they're checking. Apparently they're checking bags now, and they're like forcing people to
Yeah,
bring
about
in
time they do
clear
that.
bags. Which so I don't know where they're hiding them. I don't know where. I don't know where these are being hid, bro. But they're sneaking them into the courts, into the game, bro. I'm not sure what's going on here. But
I'm not sure either.
they're not putting them in bags anymore, bro. It's crazy.
Wait, bro, I think this happened 5 times. I'm looking at it.
Was it 5 times?
Because I'm looking at it now. One happened against the Golden State Valkyries and Atlanta Dream, July 29th. The Valkyries and the
Oh,
Scott.
good. There's been six.
Yeah, 6.
July 29th. Yeah.
August 1st, 3 times
Oh,
in one
no,
week.
apparently two of them were thrown but didn't reach the court. In one incident on August 5th in Phoenix, the toy hit a man and landed next to his 9-year-old niece.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad, bro.
And one almost hit a child.
Yeah, these incidents have led to arrests and investigations by the WNBA and local authorities, of course. The WNBA has stated that any fan who intentionally throws an object onto the court will be immediately ejected, face a minimum 1-year ban, and be subject to arrest and prosecution by local authorities.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. If this happens tonight, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm calling you, bro.
It's bro. Let me check the games. Let me check the games that are on tonight because you can know when they're going to be throwing which games. Liberty
Well, it's
Wings,
tomorrow.
I
It's
think.
tomorrow.
Why?
Bro, it's the Sky and the Fever.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be Dirk Sky Fever. Definitely, bro.
But Indiana
Like
fans be kind of
tonight,
crazy, though.
yeah. Tonight Liberty Wings is a huge game. So maybe I don't know if they're going for like the more watch games or the less watch games where they can get away with it easier. I don't know what the strategy here is in the adult toy throwing industry.
Strategy?
Dude, I don't think they're just throwing them, bro. I think there's like There's something going on here.
Nah, there has to be strategy. I mean, can you check the standings? I don't know why
Oh,
this is.
let me
Uh,
check which games. Right. So you had the Dream versus the Valkyries. That's not a big game. You had the Valkyries versus the Sky, which is also not really like kind of, you know. You have the Dream versus the Mystics that nobody watched, respectfully. But then you had the Fever versus the Sparks, which might have been game of the year. Then you had Liberty versus the Wings, which is another like high profile game. Then you had the Mercury versus the Suns, sorry. Then you had the Dream versus Sky. So the Sky are involved in a lot of these. And so are the Dream. I'm not sure what's going on there.
the Dream are
There's no
good. They're like 19-11.
yeah, it's I don't know if that's like really good or like I don't know what the standings are looking like.
Nah, they're like I'm looking at it now. They're third. They're third in the league.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Um, yeah, I mean, I think every single game except for the Aces, I think the Aces and the Lynx haven't gotten a toy throw. But I think besides that, every other team has been involved in this. But I could be
Well, that's
wrong.
good. The Lynx are pretty good. They're 25-5.
Yeah. So maybe they're avoiding the Lynx on purpose.
Maybe it's the higher known players.
Oh, that's probably it.
Because
Who's on the
the
Dream?
Sky is in. I don't know who's on the Dream.
They have Brittany
Uh,
Griner.
ah,
So maybe you're right. Maybe that's it. Because you have Angel Reese on the Sky, you have Caitlin Clark on the Fever, you have Brittany Griner on the Dream. The Sparks themselves are just known,
no.
and then like the Lynx. I mean, let me check who's on the Lynx.
Yeah, Nafisia
The,
Collier.
yeah, you have Courtney Collier, Courtney Williams, sir. You got Nafisa Collier, which I mean, they're really good, but they're not like big stars in the sense of that everyone knows them. That they're like names that casuals know. So maybe
Right.
that's it.
Probably. Sounds like we're uncovering an investigation.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
I don't know. This was.
This is just like funny, but like also at the same time, I mean, it does have to stop.
No, it needs to
It's like
stop.
they're trying to hoop, bro. They're trying to hoop.
Exactly. 5 times? 5. Well,
6, I believe,
yeah,
from what I read.
6. Now, I honestly think there might be one or two more.
Yeah, I think so. But I think eventually there was gonna be like some league-wide ban, or like they're gonna start enforcing. Maybe they start incarcerating people. I don't know.
It's just
There's gonna
security.
be some like. I mean, it's not security because
No,
you can't like.
how will they get in the stadium?
How do you think they're getting in the city, bro?
Look, I work in a stadium. Like, you have to go through security. So I don't know what's going on to the point it happened 5 times.
Bro, they don't listen, bro. They don't allow bags there, bro. How do you think they're getting in the stadium, bro? Like how do you think they're getting in the stadium, bro? If they don't got bags there.
Pockets, but are they really that desperate to do something that stupid?
Nah, I'm playing. That's crazy. But no, I think they're just like they're sneaking them in, bro. They're just like because like they can't search you. So like, let's say you're wearing a hoodie and you have it under your hoodie, they'll never know.
True.
Because I don't think I'll just put it bluntly, bro. I don't think metal detectors detect dildos, bro. Like I'll just say how it is, bro. Like I don't think that's on their fucking. I don't think that gets like checked, bro.
I don't think so either. And I kind of don't want to. I don't want to know if it gets checked. It's making me a little
bro,
uncomfortable.
bro, this is a crazy situation, bro. I got no words. I don't know what to say.
Me neither. Just this. I'm not gonna lie. This has to stop because it's rude and this shit is. You don't do this for a sporting event. Just watch the game and have fun.
Yeah, like that. They're not doing this for the NBA. Why can't they just do this for the NBA? No, that's a bad idea too.
That's no,
That's,
no. No.
yo, I'm
No.
crying, bro. Yo,
No.
this could not turn into a sport wide trend, bro. They can't do this, bro. They gotta put an end to this.
Facts. This should be the last time. This is the last time. I don't want to hear about this
No
anymore.
more.
No
No
more.
more.
You know, I
I
think this will
swear to
happen one
God,
or two more
if
times.
we have to talk about this on Tuesday, bro, I'm cooked, bro.
Yeah, we'll just do like quick 2 seconds. Boom. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Next.
just a couple seconds, and then we'll be fine. No.
All right. But we covered everything for Crunchtime Chaos. People at home, make sure you do the right thing always. Don't do nothing stupid. And make sure you subscribe to the podcast, like, comment, subscribe to our Spotify, Insta, TikTok, and YouTube. And we'll catch you on Tuesday. We'll catch you.